Our lovely listeners and viewers out there. Today is Friday, the 5th of March 2021, and it's another day for the RLM show. As we always respond, love is sweet. We thank the Most High for this great privilege given unto us. And don't forget that today we are diving into sex in marriage. Sex in marriage. It's a very serious topic, and I hope by the end of the day, we all will learn so much from this topic. Together with me today is my daddy. He's such a wonderful daddy. He's so loving, so caring, and very God-fearing. I have with me Daddy Prince Ajiboye. We always call him Papa Prince. Papa, welcome to the show today.
Thank you, my lovely daughter. It's a pleasure being together with you such a time like this.
Thanks so much, Daddy. And we hope you are very ready today.
Well, ever ready.
Okay, thanks so much. We will not want to waste much time today, and so we'll go straight to our first question. Sex in marriage. Daddy, what is sex in marriage?
Sex, just like the question you posed me, pair the word sex with my research into the Oxford Advanced Dictionary that is widely accepted. It defines sex as a state of distinguishing a male from female.
Okay.
That is to say, or simply put, the clear, what do you call it, gender distinction between a man stroke boy and a woman stroke girl. That is what the dictionary meaning gave me. But beyond, or if we can better put it, I think by your permission, I would have loved us to make it more explicit for our cherished viewers and listeners.
Okay.
By trying to explicitly make it sexual intercourse in marriage.
Okay.
If by your permission,
Permission granted, Daddy.
I think I will define sexual intercourse in marriage as being the meeting of a man's sexual organ. Permit me to use the word penis.
Okay.
Meeting together with that of the female sexual organ, that is vagina.
Okay.
It is the process or the activities of these two organs coming together, and when penetration takes effect, it may possibly or may result into what we call
Sexual.
pregnancy,
Okay.
which may also end up in reproduction, and further leading us to what we can call procreation.
Correct.
I don't know if I am done with my own personal definition of sexual
In fact,
intercourse in marriage.
you have really digested it for us. You've expatiated it enough for us to understand. So we have sex as a male or a female, but today we are diving into sexual intercourse in marriage. So please, if you're under 18, please go and sleep.
That is
And
it.
let's married men and women listen today. Please, 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 my viewer, if you're under 18, I would like to please beg you to please go offline. Let my adults listen, because today we are going straight into things. And so, Daddy, you know, as married couples, sometimes when you are leaving home, you'll be in your workplace and you may be imagining things like you wish you want to do something in the evening with your husband or wife. So in this case, how do you communicate, or how do you do some signs for the other partner to know that today, dear, there is much in the house this evening?
Thank you. Well, there are two tendencies. Hopefully, where the couples might be together, hopefully within the same vicinity or same working place.
Take place.
this can take effect, hopefully, through body language.
Okay.
When I'm saying body language, we're talking of, hopefully, the man trying to show some signs of either, let me say, pecking
No, right?
one's wife
Wow.
when the least expected.
Okay.
Besides pecking, it could also mean, hopefully, just trying to tease the cheek or the nose.
Okay.
Sometimes, hopefully, patting the wife at the back, trying to show a sign of some sort of love making, you know.
Okay.
And if, on the other hand, it also happens that possibly you are not within the same closet, if you happen to be distance apart,
Yeah.
thank God, modernity has really made means of communication to be very, very, very easy and most convenient. Well, there are WhatsApps this time around.
Okay.
There could be some sort of jokes that can be cracked within the two of the couples,
Yeah.
sending some of these pictorial, whatever,
Yes.
just to give indication that possibly, there's a tendency that hopefully if we reach home today,
Hey.
something is surely going to happen.
Hey.
You get it?
Yes.
And we
Daddy.
still have series of such like that, trying to tell some tales that will really bring the mind abreast with one's intention.
Wow. So, if you just tune in, please. Today we are treating sexual intercourse in marriage. And Naradadi has explained what sexual intercourse is to us. He just finished answering the question, how can you romance each other during the day to anticipate sex in the night? So that they made us understand that if both of you are lucky to be at the same environment, you can just be giving the wife or the husband a peck on the cheek, or you just be doing some playful things or actions so that daddy or mommy will know that today, dear, Chelsea and Barcelona, they are going to have a match to play. On the other hand, if you are not in the same environment, our social media has given us so many opportunities. So you can just send some messages that, oh, today, dear, please be prepared. Today, I want to see you in a different mood. And with these signs and actions, it will trigger the other to know that this night, there is going to be something in the room. And please, keep watching. We are moving straight, and we are diving into deep questions today. Daddy, some couples, they believe they have to have a timetable for sex. Like, let's say Monday, no sex. Tuesday, sex. I had a friend, she said that they have sex on TH, any day that is TH. So it's Thursday and then Tuesday, only T. So the husband was like, he wanted to do it on one day and it wasn't Thursday or Tuesday, it was Saturday. And the wife was like, today, what day is the? Oh, he said, oh, today is Saturday. So please, should there be a timetable for sexual intercourse in marriage?
The question of timetable, I will personally think or say there should not be at all.
Why?
The reason being the fact that within couples, it varies.
Okay.
I believe the couple's convenience should mostly be their timetable, where couples really do understand each other.
Okay.
I don't believe there should be a set time. Much as you really understand each other, whenever it is on,
You are ready.
you are ready. You get it?
Yes, sir.
And mostly this normally have to do with state of mind. It is the natural feeling that normally happens to determine when this thing should be on.
Okay.
So definitely when the natural, what science starts speaking,
Okay.
where there is understanding and mutual cooperation, I wouldn't see where resistance should really come in.
Good.
So the issue of setting a timetable
Timetable.
should, within my own
View.
reasoning or understanding,
Yes.
should really be out. It is the mutual understanding that really helps the two couples to gel when there is always the need for this sort of action to take place.
Okay. Thank you, Daddy. So please, there shouldn't be timetable for sex. My married sister, my married mommy, my married daddy, please don't get a timetable for your partner. Whenever the other party is ready, you have to be ready. Wherever, whenever, anytime, you have to be ready. No timetable. Daddy, thank you very much. You go to another question. Daddy, should we be speaking about sexual intercourse verbally, or we should do more actions? As in, maybe.
I want to say
Okay.
both should be done.
Both verbal and action.
Definitely.
Okay.
Should be done. From the look of things, they more or less interworld,
Okay.
and they happen to really complement each other.
Okay.
See, it is, what do you call it? The talking of sex, the discussion of sex
Okay.
can equally really determine how viral the action
We'll
could
go.
be or could go.
Okay. And yeah, I need more explanations. I need more explanation. You know, some couple, you know, a partner may feel shy. Say, oh, my husband, today I want this. Or the husband may also feel shy. So in that case, how will they?
Thank you. That is the more reason why I was trying to say where there is understanding.
Okay.
I wouldn't see why you cannot have the spirit of forbearance with each other.
Okay.
You get it? And more or less like the Bible also institutionalized that, where the understanding really takes effect, I believe there shouldn't be rooms for qualms or doubting each other. You get it?
Yes, sir.
So, and as long as, couples live together with the longevity of how long you might have really stayed with each other, I believe it will have been better. One could have long come to really understand each other. There might be situations where hopefully my wife might not be in the best position, you know. It takes two to tango.
Yes.
Where you, the man, might think you are set and ready for the whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And say by dint of, say, ill health, if, say, my wife happens to be indisposed, by merely trying to let me understand or giving me the excuse, I believe I should be able to really control
understand.
the desire.
Hey.
Just to bear with her that much as I know, when she is always very, very, very much prepared and very healthy, she even gives me more than
Wow.
I demand or expect.
Yes.
So the spirit of trying to allow her to go hopefully for that night, there could be another better day.
Yes.
You get it?
Oh, yeah.
So I feel it's all the question of mutual understanding and the spirit of forbearance.
Okay.
And we should always also be very, 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 what do I call it? Decent in being able to bear with one another.
Another.
Exactly.
Okay. Thank you, Daddy. Thank you, Daddy. So, in as much as you have to initiate sex by verbally, you can also do some actions that will make the other partner know that today something is going on, or my wife or husband wishes for us to have this. And Daddy, I have another question. You know, sometimes the way you make the room, the way you arrange the bedroom, it will trigger that thing to come. That's tonight, dear. So how can we make our bedroom so romantic, so that the other person will know that today, with this scene, something have to happen?
Good. You see, sex normally also thrive well and function at its best when the situation or the closet is really decent. I'm talking of decency.
Okay.
We're now talking of our closet, hopefully the bedroom
Yeah.
should be pleasantly looking well. Very, very attractive situation where you look at the room set up and arrangements.
Yeah.
When it is always good looking, hopefully when sex should be taking place, in a way, it is also a factor that
Okay.
will always stimulate
Trigger it.
and let the sex be enjoyed at its best.
Wow.
Well, sometimes with me, while I was in the secondary school, during my secondary school days, I am that type whom, let me tell you, most of my girlfriends by then do normally just try to think or assume I'm proud, at least as far as this sort of friendship is concerned. And it's not because of anything. I always want to look very decent.
Oh.
I don't believe in ladies who would just always want to look shabby, indecent. Possibly when you happen to visit me, you just fall on very well. If you come right from my school days,
the mic.
as much as I have really cultivated the habit right from my school days,
Okay.
when you come to see how I've always been preparing my beddings, I always try to put my bed in shape, well looking, neatly attractive.
Okay.
So with regards to couples, I believe it should even be done better.
Yeah.
The type of beddings, let me see, the sort of bed sheet that you might really be spreading on your bed should look even more attractive. Let it always even magnetize you
Yes.
beyond the attraction.
Good.
Look at a very pleasant, colorful, sweet kind of bed sheet, the pillowcases, all those sorts, the stuffs, you know.
Yeah.
We are also now come to talk of the type of mattress, just like this, what do you call it, ash foam I've always been advertising. Go in for an high density pillow.
Yes.
Where the bouncing could well be regulated. I mean, when all these things are really well
in place.
Put in place, I don't see the reason why failure of sex should also be existing, you know.
Daddy has
Then,
hit
more
it.
so, let me say, if you're a man, you should try to also imbue your wife with a sense of always making the room look so romantic.
Romantically.
Very good. You try to spray the room with highly scented, what do you call it, perfumes. That will really attract, you know.
Wow.
So all this can really complement the action to always be done as expected.
Wow. Daddy has really hit the nail on its head. The bedroom should be someplace that is very lively. You know, you can't just lay any bed sheet and expect something to happen that day. No. You just can't make the room to be smelling and expect that, oh, the room is going to be lovely. No. So please, my dear sisters, my dear mummies and aunties, get a very colorful, beautiful bed sheet. Spread it on the bed. Ensure that that bed is high density or of its quality. That's the bouncing can take place. And please, let's enjoy this sex thing.
If I may also still even add,
Okay.
let us make a reference to the book of Hebrews, chapter 14, I think so, chapter 14, verse 3, where it talks of where the couple's bed should be undefiled. It should look decent and very, very honorable, pleasing and tantalizing. The fault of any fault. You get it?
Thank you so much, Daddy. We are still on sexual intercourse or sexual intercourse in marriage. And we are really, really hitting the nails on its heads. Daddy has made it to understand that there shouldn't be any timetable. There shouldn't be any form of timetable for sexual intercourse in marriage. In as much as you are married, anytime the husband wants it, my sister, be ready. Anytime the wife wants it, uncle, daddy, please be ready. Don't say today I'm tired. I just came back from work. My head is aching. My waist, please. That thing is even exercise. By the time you finish, you see that your body is so soothed. You sleep very well and relax well. So please, no timetable for sex. Ensure that the bedroom is always sweetly scented and neatly arranged. Daddy, this question I want to ask. Who enjoys sex in marriage? Is it the men or the women who enjoy sex in marriage?
Well. I want to say sex is meant for couples to both enjoy. You get it? I wouldn't want to see a situation where they should be some sort of competition, who is enjoying it most or who is not enjoying it most.
Daddy, I'm asking this because you
Yeah,
know some
I know.
women, they feel like they are doing their husband some favor. When the husband asks for this, is it food? Don't you have anything to think of? Is this the only thing you think of? So it's like they think it's only the men who are enjoying it. So that's why I'm asking this question. That
Right.
who really enjoys
Yeah,
it?
that is it. You see, situation where the mind is always made to understand that, in fact, it is both couples who are meant, whom sex is meant for, to both enjoy. Wherever there happens to be a situation whereby somebody might always be forcing and might not be getting it the way it wants, I want to perceive an element of some sort of cheating, you know?
Okay.
The idea of not being opening up for one's husband.
Okay.
And like I've earlier even said, where there's always the trust, the understanding, well, you should always all be in to make sure, okay, we're really going to give all our best to each other this night. But a situation whereby one happens to be enjoying and other one being dissatisfied, there should be a suspicion for hopefully disloyalty or a problem erupting. It shouldn't be. I want to see it to more or less be balanced, just like the Bible says, that the two will become one body. So where you normally accept the concept of being one body, we should always try to wanting to feel like doing things in the best of the perfection. You get it?
Okay. So we have hit another nail again. You know, it's not only men who enjoy this thing. My sisters, please stop pretending. Women also enjoy it. Am I lying? You know I'm not telling lies. So women also enjoy it. So please, in as much as we are trying to make our husbands, because sometimes we are tired, but we just want to fulfill or to obey God's command that we should give him, so we allow them. Please, let's also try and enjoy it, because it's something that is sweet. Then this question is a bit funny. After sex, who should thank the partner?
To be very fair and honest, as a man,
Yes.
we should always try to appreciate and be more grateful to our wives.
Well,
Because when we are so much tensed and in a dire need of these things, and if out of a mere reason or the other, the wife tends to really fail you, it can result into more or less some sort of sickness, giving you some sort of mind-boggling, sleepless night, that kind of thing, you know.
Yes,
But situation whereby when you are mutually always moving along, there shouldn't be rooms for ingratitude, at least on the part of men.
the man. Okay.
Because I want to say, women, to give the due respect to you, you are
Yes,
almost always more loving and more caring. You get it?
Yes.
So I believe this thing also had to be complemented with gratitude and appreciation. No, hopefully, if in kind, besides the sex, could still be some material rewards for couples or spouse to really know. We also do normally appreciate all that they've always been giving us, more beyond what we always even try to demand.
Yes, so our daddies, our uncles, our dear husbands, please, after sex, try and thank us, because we've really done you a great favor. You know, when you feel this thing and we don't give in, you can't sleep.
That is it.
You will not feel
Worries.
okay unless we give in. So please, after it, thank us. You can give us gifts. We like gifts. Women, we like receiving. That is how God created us. So please, when we give it to you, to please appreciate us, thank us, and let us feel appreciated.
It should be
And
reciprocal.
my women, you too, you also have to thank him. It's not easy. That journey, he just went and came back. It's not an easy task at all. So we wives should also thank the men. So we all have to thank each other.
Let me just bring in this humor. I quite remember one of my teachers, while we were cracking jokes, it really, really had to do with couples and sex, that kind of thing. Then he made an analogy with this, what you call cock and hen. If you've been that very observant and studious, I always tend to be curious when I look at these birds and some of these animals. when hopefully they are mating, just to enrich my biological wisdom.
Yeah.
So while we were just discussing that time, this man just brought in a point of reference of a hen and a cock.
Okay.
He says, whenever you see hen and a cock mating, by the time when the cock might have really satisfied itself, you see a hen shaking off. Then besides the shaking off, all they try to again say is, I didn't feel it. So the shaking off means I didn't feel it. And you always see the other one also trying to draw some sort of circle.
Yeah.
Meaning if you don't take it, I'll give you more. Just to possibly, expatiate what he was saying. So the whole thing is supposed to be, reciprocal.
Yes, sir. Thanks so much, Daddy, for that humor. Okay, Daddy, can sex cause divorce in marriage?
Very, very, very well.
How?
Somewhere along the line, when we were trying to talk of just this immediate past question you posed,
Okay.
wherever there is always a denial,
Okay.
it gives rooms for worries, pains, restlessness.
Okay.
You get it?
Yes, sir.
And when that happens, there should always be the suspicion either one out of the couple might be cheating on the other. And if it is even not so, no matter whatever reason, this issue of denial should not take place.
Okay.
When there is always denial, it is mostly going to have a negative effect, which might really lead to fornication, adultery.
Okay.
You get it? Fancy you being a responsible housewife. Okay. And you now, for reasons best known to you, feel like, let me continue denying my husband having his way through to really satisfy his sexual desire. Indirectly, if you don't take care and you are not very, very much cautious of yourself, you really know you are personally also paving way for him to look outside.
To look out, yeah.
Either to young girls, which might mean an act of fornication. And it might also be with some married women, where somebody tried to really refuse appreciating his own.
Yeah.
That is where somebody else hook onto that and take advantage to themselves.
Yeah.
So care should really be taken.
Oh.
That is either from both ends. Either it could be from the man, that shouldn't be tolerated. And if it is also from the woman, it shouldn't be tolerated or encouraged.
Okay.
Yes.
So please, sex can cause divorce in marriage. If you keep on denying the other partner, you are pushing him or her outside to seek the satisfaction. Please, we don't want our marriages to be broken, because marriage is something that God really loves. And Satan hates marriage. And so when you keep on denying your partner sex, you are pushing him or her out. And don't forget, when he or she goes out and someone grabs him or her, it will be very difficult to get your loved one back. So please, please and please, let's give in to them. We can talk to them even if you are not feeling okay. But please, let's not keep on denying them sex. Let's keep on enjoying the show. It's still the RLM show, and we respond, love is sweet. Let's appreciate the sponsorship of these people. We have Noah Enterprise. Noah Enterprise. For all your quality phone accessories, for all your quality pen drives, for all your quality memory cards, please contact Noah Accessories. You can buy them in wholesale and retail. 0262 615969. Noah Enterprise. Glory's Pastry. Glory's Pastry. For that special birthday, for that classy engagement and wedding you want to have, contact Glory's Pastries for that cake and other pastries, and they won't disappoint you. Call them on 0242 322 754. 0242 322 754. For all your quality drinks and bottled water, Lisbon Ventures is always available. They are located at Alaba. You can call them on 0242 322 140. 322 140. Thank you and keep watching. Daddy, we are going to a very important question over here too. How important is sex in marriage? You know, we know that food is important because food will help you to get energy. How important is sex in marriage?
Like you rightly said, there are a lot of factors that helps to build marriage.
Okay.
But I want to see sex being the most paramount of the factor.
Okay.
It is more or less like a lubricant that lubricates sex to really strive on to success.
Okay.
Because besides the enjoyment, like I earlier even said, when this sexual intercourse leads to pregnancy to what do you call it, reproduction, then procreation.
Okay.
There is no any human on this earth who has a very rich and respected culture who will really not want to make sure something fruitful, something helpful, something gainful should come out of marriage.
Okay.
And among all those factors, you know, the sex is really the bedrock, which really determines the issue of reproduction and reprocreation.
Okay.
So when sex is really lost, I wouldn't want to see how we really want to reproduce.
Okay.
And I wouldn't want to see how best we can reprocreate. Okay. Just like the Bible also made it clear that after God has really blessed the first home and marriage, you know, there was that command which God said and blessed them. He said, be fruitful and multiply. Much as it is God who really gives, there is also the human role to be played with this gift of sex to lead us to really achieve the best of the purpose of marriage.
So sex is a fuel in marriage.
Yes.
It makes marriage
a very rich and what do you call it? Needed ingredient among any other ingredients.
Okay.
So sex is super above all other ingredients.
Sex really is super above any other ingredient in marriage. So for those of us who think, me, is sex the only thing in marriage? Is it only sex? Is it food? Please, it is food. It is food for the marriage. It is the food that will give the marriage that energy to go. Sometimes when you have quarrel and you are fighting, you can use this to solve the issue and there will be peace. So please,
like
sex is very important.
Mostly it is always the, what do you call it, the best, what do you call it, mechanism couples or spouses can be using to reconcile when there is any dispute or differences. Okay, honestly. And it is part of me. I really learn a lot from friends and most especially senior most one who had better experiences in marriage before I got to this level that I am. Wherever, when it happens that possibly we have some sort of differences or misunderstanding, I normally want to use this issue of sex to hopefully beg my best half to really let us really solve that issue. And most importantly, on the part of human web, or the situation whereby you know you've really erred, try to use sex as an ingredient to always be seeking reconciliation and be giving, providing solution to let the sleeping dog lies, you know?
Yes. So please, our women, our mummies, when we also wrong our daddies, we can also use sex to apologize. Let's also ask for it. Let's not always wait for our husbands, our daddies to ask for it. When we know we have wronged them, Let's push it to them. Let's give in to them. Even if he's angry and he says he will not talk, you start your thing. And before you know, he will just take over and be doing the needful. I pray the Lord helps us.
Amen.
We are still on the RLM show and we respond loud and sweet. Daddy, I have this question. You know, no matter how we all like sex, there will be a partner who likes it or who is addicted than the other. In this case or in this situation, what should the other partner do?
Well, when you see yourself in this kind of quandrum, I want to say prayer should really be the key and the first most need for solution to this sort of situation. And sometimes too, you know, where there is always the mutual understanding, both spouses can still be doing some sort of internal counseling. Internal counseling. We are supposed to be helping ourselves in our strengths and weaknesses.
Okay.
Just like you're trying to talk of addiction. Addiction is a very bad habit in sex.
Okay.
Much as it is always good to always enjoy sex, there's equally supposed to be a limitation too. You get it? But situation whereby one really want to be an addict, it might make or break marriages sometimes. I wish we should really not really allow to happen. So I want to say it takes God to solve such problem when it is the issue of addiction.
Okay.
Sometimes too, you know, some people always want to emulate friends.
Okay.
Just show me your friend and I'll show you my character.
Who you are.
When you are bad friends sometimes, you always move along with them. Something that is not part of your habit, you don't take time, you can easily cultivate that. And when you try to lead that into your own marriage, what is very much applicable in your marriage and welcome might
be welcome in the other.
be the opposite in the other's marriage.
Yeah.
So it calls for cautioning and one remaining very prayerful. And we should always be cautious too when we try to help our strengths and weaknesses.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, can we satisfy an addicted partner? Can one satisfy an addicted partner?
Good. I'm happy you're trying to use that strong word. Addiction.
Yes.
When somebody becomes addicted of a behavior, they always know no limits.
Okay.
And have no bounds. So when somebody tends to be addicted, I don't see how best such a person can be satisfied. Except, like I said earlier, except through the intervention of God.
God.
And that should be through prayer. And a letter of counseling too.
Okay.
Because there is nothing all that very difficult for God to really turn around. You get it? And we should always also learn to really respect ourselves when we are couple. When the issue of understanding takes place, respect will also not be lacking for us to really be hearing each other's and be listening to each other's counsels and advice and directions.
Okay.
You get it?
The program is getting more and more interesting. You know, sometimes dealing with an addicted partner in marriage, when the partner is very addicted to sex, it's a big issue. So please, when you have this issue, go on your knees. Go back to the creator of marriage. Go back to the one who joined you together and intercede for your partner. You can also have some counseling session within so that we can try and make each other happy. In as much as sex is good, when the other partner is addicted, it becomes very inconvenient for the other partner. And marriage should not be something that we endure. It should be something that we enjoy. So please, when you have any issue that is beyond your understanding, beyond your capabilities, go on your knees, go back to that creator, and he will solve the problems for us.
And let us also take cognizance of this
Okay?
situation
Mike.
whereby, good, sorry, situation whereby couples normally just talk their issues outside. And this is mostly paramount with the opposite sex, being you are women and mothers. The moment you have friends, you try to expose the secrets of your home
Bedroom.
outside. The dignity and the respect of your whatever
It's
will really
down.
be urban.
Yeah.
It will be urban. And when the outsiders normally try to be, what do you call it, rear their head into your family,
Because
the
trouble.
beginning of collapsing
Yes.
starts.
Yeah.
So let us also tend to always have some sort of self-control on the two parts.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, please, our dear mummies, our dear daddies, do not take the bedroom issue outside. Do not take the bedroom issue outside. Whatever it is that is going on in your bedroom, let it remain there. If it is good, it's yours. You have carried your cross. If it is bad, you have carried your cross. If you can't tell God, do not tell a friend, because your best friend out there is having another best friend, and he or she will share it. When you begin sharing your problems, people will be looking down on your partner, and the respect will not be there. Our Yorubas have an adage, I'm sorry, my daddy, that if you sell your member or your sibling cheaply, you can't buy that person costly again. So please, don't be selling your bedroom issues. Whatever goes on in the bedroom is just for you and your partner. Don't be sharing it outside. It's not good. Please.
And similarly, there is this same adage.
Yes, Daddy.
With all apology to those who are older than we do. One so ipe ogiri toba lano. Lori sirisi reptiles.
Yes.
No makusinore. And the moment you now start experiencing different reptiles in any crack wall,
Yeah.
you know, any marriage that goes with varieties of such reptiles becomes a very, what do you call it, useless and collapsing, disrupted marriage.
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much, Daddy. Daddy, this question is very practical, and I was having this issue with a group in which I was. You know, there was this man, it was a comedy that the man was saying in 365 days, he tried all the 365 days to make love to his wife, and he succeeded in only 18 times. And he gave the reasons that the wife will say, "Are you not tired? Is that the only thing you think of? I'm sick." The neighbors are outside, they will hear. You know, women give a lot of excuses to dodge sex. How can our men understand our women? You know, sometimes mood swings.
Yeah.
We can be on this week, next week we are off. I'm a woman, so I know our situations. We can be on and off at any moment. So maybe our daddy or our husband is ready for it, and the wife is off. Today she's off, tomorrow she's off. How can the husband look at things or situations and know when and how to ask for it?
Oh, thank you. That is the more reason why, right from when we begin and where we are, we've been talking of
Mike.
We've been talking of understanding. You see, there's always the need for us to also open up to each other. I've been talking of faithfulness.
Yeah.
Where faithfulness is lacking or lost in marriage, well, I'm afraid I already know what type or kind of marriage we will see that is. And when we trying to open up to each other, I believe men especially, we should also learn to be very enduring. Let us always calm down to really know what the problem is with our spouse. So men don't have that patience. All he knows is whenever I ask or demand for, and the answer is no,
He's angry.
that is it. He's angry. He takes on a new whatever. It shouldn't be. There should be that issue of tolerance. Let's calm down, talk issues. There might be a problem. It might be physical or psychological. hopefully on the part of any of the two, we should be so open up and so loving to share whatever our problems are. I believe the moment when we try to open up and know whatever our problems are, our shortcomings, our strengths and weaknesses are, we can both join together and see how best we can offer
Help.
the good and the needed solution to such. And like Riley said, that the man says there's 360 whatever days in the year. It doesn't necessarily mean that you should always just be feeling like, let me sex my wife every day. We are not animals.
Yes.
Excuse me, we are not animals.
Yeah.
If you look at the animals, much as they normally act through instinct, a cock can go on 10 to 20 different ends a day.
A day.
That is the class distinction between we human beings who have brains to know how best to make life worth living and marriage worth appreciating. So that when we open up, I believe we can learn how best to really solve our problem. And when we're talking of marriage, the sex, especially as we say, is one of the needed ingredients. There should be a moderation to that. Just to avoid the issue of this addiction and several demands of this. Get it? Sometimes we can even have substitute for the sex.
Yes.
Romance and all this sort of kissing and whatever.
Yeah.
If you are a lady who really knows what the weakness of your husband is, I mean, you can always be getting this problem solved easily. But when the man is annoyed and you also want to counter him with annoyance and anger, the fire will always be burning on the mountain.
Yes.
You get it? But sometimes when you think it's off, you might really not be ready to be in for that. But you can so much carouse him and take him to some sort of upper land, saying that by the time he will even feel like, let me go in. He might
It's
have
okay.
let him pour whatever on you. So, and now we'll be done.
Yes, sir. Thanks so much, Daddy.
Exactly.
The show is still the RLM show, and we respond loud and sweet. You can call in if you have any questions bothering you, and by the grace of God, together with my daddy, we will try and give you answer. You can call in through 020-385-3613. 020-385-3613. Call in and let's hear your questions. Daddy,
Yep.
another question.
Right. You're welcome.
You know, in as much as we are praying for everything to go on well, sometimes the unplanned things happen.
Sure.
In case, due to ailment or sickness, the other partner is not able to perform his or her sexual responsibilities again, what should the other partner do? Should the other partner just take the bag? You can't perform again. I'm going. Or is there any advice you can give to the other partner to encourage the other partner not to lose hope?
Yeah, good. Like we've earlier even said, there is nothing that is beyond prayer and God.
Yes.
Who really instituted marriage.
Okay.
Whenever there is problem, no matter the variety of the problem, let's go into prayers to him. Because when God, we're talking of Christian marriage here, you know,
Yes.
and it's a long life pledge which calls for faithfulness and loving each other, like we rightly say when we're trying to swear or take the vow till death do us part, in whatever, in pain, in sweetness, in whatever. When the unexpected also happen, why should I feel like deserting my wife?
Okay.
I should always allow my conscience to guide me and control me. Hey, don't forget, you took this lady to the altar and remember what your vows are. And that is exactly what God really wants. The issue of divorce, neglect, estrangement of marriages is not in the vocabulary or diary of God.
Yes.
So much as one is a Christian, try to continue, go deep into the Bible to really know what marriages normally permits and what it doesn't permit. I believe when we are not ignorant of this,
Yeah.
it will take, what do you call it? It will take a hell of time for us to run into sinning.
Yes.
Because that is what the Bible normally also try to caution
Yes.
us against. Exactly.
Thanks so much. So, my fellow out there, you know, prayer answers everything. Prayer is the key to every problem. So, if due to some sickness or some ailment your partner cannot perform, go on your knees and pray. Seek for medical assistance. And we know that everything will turn back to normalcy again. Daddy, there are some people, they will say, me, my husband is like a brother to me now. Oh, my wife is like a sister to me now. Meanwhile, she's not your sister. You are not from the same mother or from the father. So they will say, he's like my brother, so I don't feel like having anything to do with him again. After all, Motibi Mata, I've given birth. After all, we have grown. So I don't feel like having sex. Is it normal?
It is not normal.
Okay.
And ignorance, mind you, is not an excuse to sinning.
Yes.
It still brings me back to the issue of the first love. You always now try to ask yourself the question, where is the first love? Before you now try to step into what should be unexpected or wanted.
Yeah.
I will see no reason why, hopefully, in situation where couples might have feel they've given birth to the number of children that they want, and whereby one will just try to want to take the stand that, oh, since this lady is now old, the beauty is even gone, that, let me fall outside. The Bible forbids that.
Good.
The Bible forbids that. The moment when there is no issue of ignorance on the part of any of the spouses or couples, I see no reason why one out of any of them should say, I'm now dissatisfied with my wife. What will ever be your reason? Are you not the same man or woman who stood before the pulpit and the man of God to be answering yes, 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 yes? No. We shouldn't allow ignorance to take the best part of us as Christians and more or less as human beings who have brains and conscience to discern what is good and what is bad.
Good.
You get it?
Yes, Daddy. Thanks so much, Daddy. And the next question. Are there specific sex styles that is expected of a Christian? You know, I was going through social media,
Right.
and one pastor was saying, like, there are some sex styles, if you do it in your marriage, you are going to hell. So are there biblical sex styles?
Well, I don't think
Like,
the Bible had ever given a specific style that one should really practice or indulge when sex should be on. But naturally, with every individual, we know there is one common whatever that we believe is very convenient and conventional
okay,
when sex should really take off.
okay,
That is hopefully the woman lying down,
the man
being
on top. Okay,
It is civilization and what do you call it? Social
media.
media that has now been pushing, let me say, young men who are now just thriving into marriage. Somebody will tell you the bend down style, the doggy style, that kind of thing. And sometimes, you see, if you don't take time as a man, the moment you try to indulge in this kind of style, it could be physically injurious.
Okay.
Because whenever you're trying to play sex with your spouse, you should always know that it has to do with the brains and
No, the
the
organs.
physical part of the body,
Okay.
especially the veins and the circulation of the blood.
Okay.
If care is not taken and you feel you really want to practice the animalistic type, you might be overstressing yourself beyond what may result into rheumatism.
Yeah.
Or if you don't take care, you might even develop stroke. So that is the more reason why all these other styles that is these days modern, crazy style people normally clamor for should not be the preference of any normal human being. And mind you, within the couples and spouses too, it is common with some women. If you don't take time, some women might even be telling you and feel like teaching you this kind of style and that kind of thing. It is what you think you can do best.
That you have to
and
do.
at your convenience that you go in for.
Good.
That is vice versa.
Yes, Daddy.
Either on the part of the woman or the man. Yeah.
Okay. So in as much as we have to be creative, in as much as we have to make the sex more lovely and enjoyable, please don't stress yourself with so much styles. There are some styles, they are good, but they will end up injuring you. So please, be mindful and careful of the sex styles that you indulge in. In as much as you want to enjoy your partner, don't do something that will give you sickness at the end. That will make your partner to be crying each and every day. So please, let's be creative, but let's be mindful of whatever we are doing. So the show is still the RLM show, and we respond, love is sweet. So, and I always say, love can be very sweet if you make the right choice. And it can be a great help if you make the wrong choice. So please, pray more, seek more wisdom, and look very well before you dip your foot into this institution called marriage, so that our marriage will always be sweet. Daddy, in summary, what advice do you have for our married men and women out there?
Well, much as marriage as we're really discussing, and as far as our topic is concerned, we all believe and accept that it is God who normally, controls marriage. So why wouldn't we always let God be the Alpha and Omega of our marital homes?
Okay.
We should call for issue of prayer, trying to go through his books with regards to how we always try to live our lives through his guidance and control. And above all, we should always be very prayerful. Should be very, very prayerful. Much as marriage is always sweet, it could also be bitter, depending on the way we make it to be. We can make and we can break marriages. But the negative of it is what we should always try to learn to avoid. And let us also be very, very diligent and be very, very peaceful in whatever we do as far as our marriage and homes and our worship of our Maker is concerned. So I always also pray God continue to help us to always worship him in the right sense of our belief. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Daddy. Thanks so much,
Thank
Daddy.
you too.
I'm very grateful. The First Baptist Multimedia is very grateful to you for making it a point and for honoring our invitation. We are very, very grateful.
Thank you. Your
A big
pleasure
thanks
is also
goes
mine.
to Almighty God for helping and making today's program a success. My able director and engineers in the room, God bless you so much. To my loving husband who gave me the time and opportunity to come and host this show, I say thank you, dear. I love you so much. My name is Ola Christiana. You can simply call me OLASTANIA. Meet me, say the RLM show, and I will say love is sweet. Catch you next week, same time on the RLM show. Don't miss it. For the youth next week, we are coming to you. We are treating courtship. Don't miss it for anything. Thanks so much. Bye.
Thank you, Josh.